I just spent a week alone in Chicago, and here's everything that I did. Okay, so about 6 months ago, my past self decided that I'm gonna go to Chicago and figure it out on my own solo. It sounded like a good idea. Gonna make a whole bunch of new friends, gonna see some new things, go to a city I've never been to. But in reality, I don't know what I'm doing. And this is kind of my first solo trip. So let's get ready and head out to Chicago. On day one flying in, and after the rockiest landing of my whole entire life, I decided to go explore the neighborhood I'd be spending the next weekend. Alright guys, so I've only been here for like 10 hours, but the first thing that I noticed is how absolutely beautiful everywhere is, at least in my neighborhood. We don't have this back home, just saying. After exploring a bit around the town, I decided to see what the rest of the city had to offer. So, I hopped on the pink line and went downtown. That is not where we are. Guys, I just made it downtown, and this place is freaking crazy. The size of the city is miraculous. This place it's beautiful, it's old, it's got character. There's just something about it that I just can't really explain, and I love it. Guys, it's that tower that everybody talks about. That's pretty cool. Hey guys, so they don't call it the Windy City for nothing. My hair has been flowing around all day and it's pissing me off. So you know what? I'm gonna get a haircut. I'll be right back. It was awesome. All right, let's keep going. For day 2, I had some big plans. I wanted to explore and see what the city was all about. So I decided to walk around downtown for a while and really just take my time filming and exploring and seeing what the city had to offer.
What in the Gotham City is this? Look at this. Right next to Trump Tower. Yikes.
A little urban planning fun fact for y'all. So this building right here, you see this building, this big one that's being built currently? That actually is on top of what used to be the construction site of the largest proposed tower in the world. They dug the hole, but then they ran out of funding. Not as tall, not as grand, not as cool in my opinion, but still kind of cool. Also, I'm on the pier right now and it's pretty freaking sick, so that's awesome. It doesn't even go anywhere. Like, just there to look pretty, I guess. After walking around the city for a long time, I had worked up an appetite, so I decided to find a spot where I could sit down and have a little snack. I stumbled across this place called Fire Cakes, and it sure lived up to the name. The cakes were indeed fire. So fire that I had a little visitor that wanted to have a little snack too. My review of Fire Cakes, like a solid 7.5 out of 10. I had heard from a friend that Chinatown in Chicago was quite excellent, so I decided to head over there for an actual meal, and it was delicious, but I might have ate too much. But now with a full tummy, I decided to head back to my Airbnb before heading back out on the town, where I found Portillo's. I absolutely housed another meal, and then went out to a bar where I did this.
I'll take it. 803.
Day 3 was baseball day, so I got to go to Wrigley Field to see the Cubs play the Dodgers. I arrived a little bit early, so I got to explore one of the oldest stadiums in baseball, which was very cool. After doing a little bit of exploring, I took my seat to watch the game. Not only did I see the Cubs win the game, but I also got to see my idol, the Cookie Monster. Somebody sitting right in front of you really liked the Cookie Monster. On day 4, I decided to go check out Millennium Park and the Bean. I wandered around for a while and checked out the scenery. Millennium Park was honestly a little bit disappointing. After wandering around for a few hours, I decided to find a cafe, sit down, and write a little bit in my travel journal. After sitting down for a while, I decided to go back out and watch The Odyssey. Movie review. 8.5 out of 10. Day 5 was all about getting gifts for people back at home, so I decided to explore North Chicago. I wandered into some cute little shops, including this little bookstore, and then I stopped for coffee on my way to the next one. I was also searching for a really good piece of pizza, and I found it, and I devoured it. The last day in Chicago was all about taking in the last bit of Chicago that I was going to see. That included finding this random festival that was going on. I swear I tried to find a clip where they landed one of these tricks. It just didn't happen. Look how tall that building is. That's crazy. I enjoyed some of the fancy little architecture, and I wrapped up my trip. Chicago was great. I had such a good time, and I learned a lot about myself and how I travel, and got to experience a new city on my own. So I would highly suggest anybody to travel on their own at some point in their lives. and I hope you enjoyed coming along for the ride.